Okay, welcome to the Bullerswood virtual induction day involving the subject of French. I'm really pleased that you've chosen to study French for next year. I look forward to teaching you. There'll be several of my colleagues together with me who will teach you French throughout the 2-year course. My name is Mr. Parsons. I'm Head of Languages here at Bullerswood School. And congratulations, if you do come to Bullerswood School, you will find it to be a super school. And I'm probably in the best position of everyone to say that because I've been here the longest, which makes me quite old, but nonetheless I still love my job. So I look forward to seeing you next year, and I'm going to talk you through the PowerPoint as we go. Welcome to Bullerswood. Okay, let's get ourselves started with a bit of a brain teaser because it's been a while since we've done some French together. So, looking at the information on the screen, you have got ability to ask questions, asking questions, key words in some of these questions. So, spare time, do you know the word for spare time? Temps libre, possibly. Where do you live? Verb habiter. Shopping. Le shopping, faire du shopping, faire les magasins. How old are you? Here, how is usually comment, but not here. Quel âge? Have a look at some of the others and see how you feel about them. When do you play football? Key word. Okay, let's see the answers in a few moments. Okay, here on the next slide then, some of the answers as we work our way through. One there, comment t'appelles-tu? Tu t'appelles comment? Remember, word order can vary in French. Numéro 2, vas-tu souvent au cinéma? Could be, est-ce que tu vas souvent au cinéma? Or with the intonation of your voice up at the end, tu vas souvent au cinéma? Again, all three forms of the same question. Moving on, we have our famous TikTok word there, temps libre, your free time. Unlike the famous TikTok during the lockdown, temps means your uncle, ton, and that was all about mowing. Okay, next one, we've got où habites-tu, which we knew before. In number 7, the quand meaning when. We've got faire les magasins in number 9 that we talked about. Other ways of doing the shopping, faire du shopping, we talked about. Faire les courses, usually reserved for the supermarket and food shopping. And the final one, quel âge as-tu? I hope that was all good. Okay, and now passing to our pop quiz. La culture de la France, qui va gagner? Who is going to win? Let's see, there's going to be 11 points up for grabs. 11 points relating to facts about France and life in France. You click through the slides, you'll see the question on the first time and the 3 choices you have. When you click again, it will then give you the answer, and click again the 3rd time, it'll give you some kind of visual support as well to show you where you stand on your answers. So by the end of the 11 slides, let's see who's got themselves a full 11. I would be surprised because some of them are a little bit difficult, but if you do get yourself anything close to that, that's fabulous. And I also hope that you learn something along the way. It's like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but this time you have no phone a friend. You can't ask Jeremy Clarkson, just all on your own. So, le quiz qui va gagner? Okay, now another exercise to get us thinking about our French in preparation for September. Topic, this one is les loisirs, leisure time, free time. There are 7 questions. Have a look at those 7 questions. In a few moments, I'm going to read them through for you. What could you possibly think of as the answers? Do you understand what the questions mean, first of all? Are there any key words in it? Can you relate to the tenses? There are several tenses, a minimum of 3 used in these questions. Numéro 1. Est-ce que tu regardes la télé tous les jours? Quelle sorte d'émission préfères-tu? Quelle sorte d'émission regardes-tu? Quelle est ton émission préférée? Qu'est-ce que tu as regardé hier soir? Qu'est-ce que tu vas regarder ce soir? Est-ce que tu lis un magazine, un livre souvent? Et quel magazine préfères-tu? Est-ce que tu vas au cinéma souvent? Can you identify which one contained the future tense? Which one had a past perfect sentence in it? And the others, mostly present tense. In a moment when you click again, you're going to have some hints to the side to help with what you do. It talks about don't worry about mistakes. The most important thing is to give something in the answer. And the absolute key is, do you understand the question? If you do, then that's going to give you a helping move towards the answer. Okay, and a second topic to get us thinking. Again, a GCSE topic, but also one education which is studied at A level. It would be one of our bridging topics. Questions. Quelle est ta matière préférée et pourquoi? Décris ton prof préféré. Décris un jour typique à ton école. Combien d'heures étudies-tu par jour? Aimes-tu ton école? Pourquoi ou pourquoi pas? Qu'est-ce que tu voudrais faire après l'année 13? Also called la terminale, the terminal year, the final year. 6. As-tu déjà travaillé? Où? Et c'était comment? Et pour finir, penses-tu que les devoirs sont utiles? Okay, 7 questions, no problems. Again, we've got a variety of tenses, mostly present tense throughout. Again, there is one past perfect sentence. Can you identify which one? If you're thinking 6, that's fine. You've also got in number 6 an imperfect use for c'était comment. What was it like? Imperfect tense here, a repeated action in the past. You're expressing a feeling of what it was like. And there's one other main tense, and that's tense number 5. Qu'est-ce que tu voudrais faire? Qu'est-ce que tu voudrais faire? Tense that we've been using since year 7. It means, of course, what would you like to do, and is in the conditional tense. Anything with the word would is conditional tense. Okay, again, when you click, the same hints to come up at the side will help you with some skills. Okay, the box was now focusing on grammar. From next year, we will start again. We will go back over all of the basic grammar, confirm absolutely what you know and what you don't know, and then start to build on that. Because without the grammar, it's impossible to put all the little building blocks together for them to make sense. Okay, we've got 5 sentences. They are written in the present tense, all of them. Some of them are true, some of them are false. That's to say there may be a mistake in them. So, which one contains a mistake? You look at the first one, it says j'aime le sport. That is totally correct. There's nothing grammatically wrong with that sentence. So there you would of course put c'est vrai. You then need to make it into the passé composé, the past perfect. We know how many bits there are to the past perfect. That, of course, is 3. It's either going to start j'ai or it's going to start je suis, depending upon its verb. With j'aime, it's an avoir verb and therefore becomes j'ai aimé, 3 parts, with an acute accent on the E of aimé, j'ai aimé le sport. If we were talking le futur proche, that would then make it in English, I am going to like sport. Again, there will be 3 bits to that. Could you put it together with je vais each time? Je vais aimer le sport. Aimer here ending in the infinitive er. And then le futur simple, which is the will or the shall part. So from I like sport, it becomes I will like sport. And that then becomes longer, more complicated. The ending of the je form in the future is going to be the letters AI. If you were thinking AI, you're perfect. You take the infinitive and it becomes j'aimerais le sport. Okay, with the others, not as clear, they've got changes of person, and so each one has a different person at the start, and there are mistakes in some of those sentences. Good luck, have fun. Okay, this slide describes some of the topic areas that you will be studying throughout the course over the 2 years. We complete theme 1 and theme 2 in year 12, and this is the list of topics. Some of them build upon GCSE. You'll see there it's got education. It's also got the family involved in the first one, and those will be our starting points. It then leads on to more complicated issues like the world of work. And here, towards the end of the work one, it talks about le droit à la grève. And it's all to do with striking. When people go on strike, they stop working for the grievance, possibly about salary, possibly about something else. And we do know, going right the way back to the French Revolution, that the French do like a protest, and they certainly do like to go on strike when they feel it's appropriate. Theme 2, have a read through. This is a lot to do with culture, music, festivals, media, traditions. And also during year 12, we will try and read the book Nous et Moi, nice gentle book, which by the end of year 13 you will then be able to write essays about. Lovely if you can get yourself a copy of Nous et Moi and start to read during the summer holiday. Okay, and the next slide moves on to the language topics that you will study in year 13, themes 3 and 4. The third one, very, very interesting, to do with immigration, a very topical subject, French culture related, politics in France. I don't know if you're aware that the right wing, previously called Le Front National, led by a woman called Marine Le Pen, her father formed the National Front many years ago and she took over. They have now rebranded the National Front to make it a little bit less extreme and aggressive, but you can make your own judgments as we study this a little bit further. So it is then moving on to topic 4, which is all about the occupation and resistance movement during 4. It was set during the Second World War when France was occupied by the Germans. Paris in particular taken over and run totally on behalf of the Germans for the Germans. Some people amongst the French nation collaborated, that's to say they worked with them and for the Germans. There was a huge problem with the French police helping the German authorities collect German Jews. There was a massacre that took place following the roundup of the Vel d'Hiver, which was the Velodrome d'Hiver, the winter cycling track where many Jewish people were collected together and held on behalf of the Germans by the French. Resistance fighters, a very famous man called Jean Moulin, who helped formulate the French resistance people together, formulated them into groups to fight against the Germans and conduct many elements of sabotage to slow them down. And in a link to that, we were doing a film called Le Dernier Métro, which is totally based in that era. It's a film about a theatre that runs during the Second World War in Paris. It has a director of the theatre hiding in the cellar because he's a Jew, hid by his wife, Marion Steiner. It's a fascinating film and gives you a true insight into France during the Second World War. This slide shows you a little bit about the examination. There are 3 exams: listening, reading and translation. The translation there into English from French. The exam will last 2 hours. You then have a long 2.5 hour written paper where you are translating into French from English, and then you do 2 essays. One essay about the film and one essay about the book you've read. And you will be able to do those absolutely no problems by the end of year 13. Your speaking exam lasts for 21 to 23 minutes. It's got 2 large sections to it, and it includes the second part, the longest part, which is about an independent research project. And there's more about this on the next slide. This slide is about the speaking exam I just referred to. It talks about this individual research project, which is perfect because it allows you to choose something that you are interested in, feel that you will have views about, and can be anything taken at all from French speaking culture. It doesn't have to be based in France, of course, it could be from anywhere. Students have very successfully picked out in the past cultural issues relating to their own French speaking heritage. Others with an interest in sport may have chosen something along the lines of the Tour de France and the controversy of doping, but there's a massive amount of topics that you can possibly choose from, and that therefore makes it much more interesting because it becomes more personal. Okay, very nearly at an end now. This is just some of the work that we would like you to start doing over the summer to keep ticking over. It'll be available on the website as well. There's some vocabulary for you to learn. That is the vocabulary taken from the topics that you will be studying next year. There's a list of verbs. You can't get away from actually learning off by heart your irregular verbs, the endings and the changes. At the bottom with the star, it shows you which ones that we would like you to focus on. You're going to do a topic in detail about the summer holidays. You're going to write something for us when you return. Hopefully you're going to have a nice summer. Don't know how much lockdown will have been affected by this and the relaxing of things, whether you are able to travel away, we're not sure yet, but we will be talking about the summer holiday that you spent, or if it's not been that great, and I hope it is, then we'll be talking about an imaginary one that we would have liked to have had all this nonsense not been around. And to finish, just a slide about what we would like you to do. Keep ticking over, keep reading, keep watching things in the English news, the French news. Go on to google.fr and look at the actualité. You'll always find something interesting to read about the news in France. Sport, whether you're interested in politics, education, music, you will always find something there on the news to interest you. Of course, if you have an opportunity to finish reading the book, whether that's in English first and then to start the French version, brilliant. But do not worry if you haven't got the opportunity to do. That will be us helping you with all of that next year. I look forward very much to seeing you. I hope you have a safe and an enjoyable summer, and I hope that everybody at home with you as well. Welcome to Buller's Wood. If you do join us, it will be a good decision to make. It's a lovely place to be, it's a lovely place to work, and it's full of really nice people. Okay, best wishes to all of you. I hope everything goes well for you and your results.